I've taken all of my gear out of this new Tesla Model Y, and here it is. I've been living in and out of this car for about 2 months, so it's still relatively new. I picked it up just late January 2023. A few people in my past videos, they've asked what type of gear I have along, how am I actually living out of it. So today I thought I'd give a little bit of insight. I'm going to highlight a few of the items that I have. So if you're interested in longer road trips, electric cars, hopefully this is useful insight. And you'll see this car, it has a lot of space. So this stuff is going to fit really well within the car. We're going to start with the front trunk or the frunk. It's separated compartment, so it is really nice while living out of the car, as you'll see here soon. Then maybe we'll go to the base of the car. These floor mats are great. They're from a company called Tesloid. They're custom fitted for Model Y. I'll be showing you the rest of this gear, and if at any point you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments, or if you have any recommendations, I'm all ears as well. And a quick update, I haven't put out a video for a while. I got a pretty bad knee injury rock climbing. I'm not going to be rock climbing or running for probably at least a month. Not fun, but by the time I publish this video, I should be on the road to Texas, going from Rapid City, South Dakota to Texas. I haven't really tested this car out in much warm weather, so I should be putting out more videos and providing more insight, hopefully in the coming weeks. So thanks a lot for sticking with me. Let's go ahead and jump to the front trunk. Okay, starting out with the frunk, I've moved the gear that I'm going to be putting in the front right here, but let's go ahead and open this up. You'll see what it looks like empty. Quite a bit of space in there. There's a little bit of mud in there from my shoes. And what's really nice about this frunk is it is completely sectioned off from the rest of the car. So you'll see here, I have a laundry bag living out of the car. Dirty clothes will start to smell, and by having this sectioned off space, this is where I keep my dirty shoes, my dirty laundry, so definitely very convenient. Shower shoes right here, running shoes which I won't be using, hiking boots, climbing shoes, climbing gear which once again due to a knee injury I will not be using, and I have a Jetboil. This is for heating up water to make tea or coffee, and I can also do soups in here. Here's the little base that goes to it. This is the fuel. These you can easily pick up at Walmart's and a lot of other stores. And also I'm keeping this in the frunk just for a little added safety. I mean, this is flammable, so. A climbing harness, some towels. Here's a lockpick kit. I got this from an editor that I worked with a while back for opening up doors or various locks. Some tape, climbing tape, duct tape, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in the front. All right, so adding the last item that I had there, the laundry bag, and there's quite a bit of room still. So as I put in dirty clothes, plenty of room. But there you have it, keeping things pretty easily accessible. My shower shoes, Jetboils right there, and yeah, let's go ahead and now hop into the main part of the car. All right, here are the Tesla floor mats. These come from a company called Tesloid. I'll leave a link down in the description below. And they are 3D printed and custom fitted for a Model Y. I got them just a few days ago. The company actually sent them to me for free. They're not paying me for a sponsorship or anything like that. And they're really useful for adventuring because you can see I've already gotten them a little dirty. When I was in the Badlands, I did a little hiking and it got above freezing. I got really muddy. You can see there's still a little residual mud or dirt on the brake pedals. I had to clean that out quite a bit, but this should make things a lot easier going forward. All right, up next, I'm going to be putting in a few things here in the back. There's a lot of space down here. I can almost fit in that. Here, I'll scoot back so you can see it a little bit better. And then there's a lot of space in these side compartments as well. So I'm going to be putting quite a bit in there. Now the items that I'm going to be putting in, here's just a little temporary cooler. If I want to keep anything cold, I can pick up some ice. Here's a bucket that I'll put in various food items along the side. A toolbox can always come in handy. Here you'll see that I have some laundry detergent and also a gallon of water. I have that in this backup bucket. I won't go into detail on what it's used for, and luckily I haven't had to use it yet. But the reason I'm keeping water and laundry detergent in there, in the off chance they freeze and spill, that bucket should make it much easier to clean up than if it was just on the base of the car. Here I have a first aid kit and also a reflective blanket, and here's some toilet paper and an extra bag. So I'll put them in so you can see how they fit. So here are those items now packed into the back of the car. That container to store kind of excess food, the cooler, first aid kit, and the other items, and also added some kind of cookies or crackers, I guess. They're fairly healthy, but they'll help me sustain. And I do plan on packing a lot more food before I go, but still plenty of room. One other item which I forgot to mention is this is just a case for it. If you want to see how they work, you can check out one of my past videos. These are window covers. So they fit into each of the windows, and it provides a little more privacy when I'm sleeping. So for now, I'll just leave that right there on the top. And this closes down just like that. All right, so before putting down the back seats, you'll see I've already put some stuff back here just so it's easy to grab when I get into the car. Some extra warm gloves, a hat, and an ice scraper. It's a nice little kind of gloved ice scraper, which, I mean, I shouldn't be needing those down south, but I'm still going to keep them in the car. And here is a tent. Most every night I'm probably going to be sleeping in the car, but I've heard some campsites that I might go to might require a tent, and they don't want you to sleep in your car, so that is just a backup. Or if I end up doing any hiking down the road, I can take it for some backcountry camping. And here in the side of the car, I have a lint roller to get dog hairs off of things. My parents' dog Archie has been along for a few rides, and here are some backup hand warmers as well, which hopefully I won't have to use being down south. But now we can take down these seats. Easy as that. And here, let's see. All right, there we go. On the other side of the car as well, here I'm gonna go ahead and put some spare quarters, quarter rolls in there for maybe places I might need it for parking, but more than likely it's going to be used for laundry machines. So that's there. If anyone wants to rob me, make some quick money, there you go. Hopefully won't be the case, and I'll probably do a video on safety down the road. But all right, I've put just about the last of my items here. Here you'll see there's plenty of space in this compartment. I have my national park passport book there. It's a good way to record where I've been or what parks I've been to. And sunglasses. Also these right here, you can put newer phones on them and they wirelessly charge. But I do have a backup phone charger here. And in this compartment, quite a bit of space. It goes back pretty far. That device you see there is for various charging stations. It's an adapter, some napkins and whatnot. And one thing that's a little annoying, these cup holders are not very big. It works well for this thermos, but my larger water bottle does not fit. But I keep my kind of go bag here. Going to coffee shops and whatnot makes it pretty easy. And here to the side, I keep my kind of duffel bag or clothing bag. A little bit of snow on the cowboy hat. I don't have clothes with me now, but of course before I go, I'll be loading that up. And yeah, I keep my toiletries, clothes, and whatnot there. And I have a lot of unused space, so a lot more to add. But let's go ahead and hop to the back. On second thought, I'm actually going to move the quarters into the glove box. And with the Tesla, there's no manual way to open up the glove box. Instead, you have to go over to the screen click on this, and then there's an option for the glove box. And what is nice is you can lock it with a pin. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that. And voila. So I have a little bit of paperwork in there, insurance, all that info. But I can easily put the quarters in and yeah, close it up and no one else can get in. All right, so if you've seen my past videos, you'll see that I just piled up a lot of blankets. It worked, not the most comfortable and not as convenient, but here I just picked up a Thermarest. It's a really good camping sleeping pad. And here you can see it's not very wide, but it does fit the car about perfectly. It goes up to about 3 inches and should be really durable. This paired with a few blankets should be a pretty big step up for comfort. And it is really easy to blow up. It took me probably a minute, less than a minute. So that goes in there just like that. And as I have stuff wedged in, I shouldn't really have to worry too much about rolling around. But here, really important, have yourself good pillows on the road, because after an interesting day traveling around, a good night's rest definitely helps. And here I have a sleeping bag to keep me warm. That can just go in like that. And then here's an extra blanket as well, and I might bring along a few more, but I'll just put that to the side. And yeah, there is a ton of unused space. I'll add a few more things here, more food kind of on the sides, easy to grab. And that really about sums up the gear that I have for this Tesla Model Y. I'll be adding more items here as I go. There are a few things that are kind of towards the top of my list. A sleeping bag or a sleeping pad was up there. But I've also considered getting a power bank or just external power storage, because the Model Y, unless I'm using camp mode, the outlets in the back, they're not active when the car is off. And sometimes I don't want to drain the battery using camp mode all night, especially when it's really cold. So I might get a power bank as well as a heating blanket or a heated blanket that I can plug into it. But now that I'm going to Texas, it's not as important. Other items that I'm considering, leaving the car closed at night, especially when it's cold, and me breathing throughout the night. There's a lot of condensation, so I might get a little portable dehumidifier. That's been something I just didn't really plan for. Freezing nights that I've went through, in the morning when it thaws out, the condensation will actually pool and kind of drip from the roof. So a dehumidifier might be an item I get. But if you guys have any ideas on what else I should get to make this living out of a car a little more comfortable or a little easier going, feel free to let me know. And if you have any questions on any of these items, also let me know in the comments below. As always, I'd really appreciate it if you just tap the like button and subscribe if you want to see more of this adventure.